This is the BMW 8 Series Gran Coupe, and this is a knife. You see, coupe stands for cut, and what BMW did was take the 7 Series platform, cut it to make the 8 Series Coupe, and then they added a slice back on the rear end and 2 extra doors to create the Gran Coupe. I think I'll just put this down because I'm worrying my cameraman. Now, it might be called a Gran, but it's not designed for elderly ladies, though they are quite welcome to buy one. I think Gran stands for grand, as in Grand Tourer. Price-wise, it's pretty grand as well. It starts from around £71,000, so that puts it up against something like a Mercedes CLS. However, it rises all the way to just under £120,000 for this M8 version with a big, powerful V8 engine with over 600 horsepower. Thankfully, you can make quite a bit of saving on a BMW 8 Series Gran Coupe through carwow. Look, you can save an average of around £18,000 off one across the range. Now, if you want to see how much money you can save on a new car, or you know someone who's thinking about buying a new car, just click on the pop-out banner up there to go to carwow to see what you can save.
Buying a new car? Head to carwow to get offers from the UK's top dealers. carwow.co.uk, the car buying comparison site.
Let's kick off this video by talking about the 8 Series Gran Coupe's design. So at the front, it's an aggressive looking car. This one is even more so, being the M8, so you've got bigger front bumpers. You have different colours for the grille depending on which model you go for. This one actually has upgraded carbon on it as well. It's a £5,000 option for various extra bits of carbon trim. Moving down the side, as standard, you get 20-inch alloy wheels, though the design does change depending on which model you go for. Here's some more of the extra carbon-y bits here as well on the mirrors. This though, air breather. There ain't no air being breathed through there. This is fake. Moving down the side, and it's a long side. You see this car measures over 5 metres in length. It's about 23 centimetres longer than the normal 8 Series Coupe. So you've got that extra space for the rear doors. At the back, love the back end of this car. Really aggressive looking rear end. This one has a carbon spoiler on it, being the M8. It also has a more aggressive rear bumper. But all the 8 Series Gran Coupes do have very pretty rear ends. Being the M8, you've got twin exhaust pipes, and they're real. BMW does not do fake exhaust pipes. It's not Audi, it's not Mercedes. BMW keeps it real. These inserts here, though, in the diffuser are part of that £5,000 carbon upgrade pack. Good looking car. I also like this, look, carbon roof on the M8. That helps reduce the centre of gravity for improved handling. Now, I'm going to check out the car from the back seats first of all, because that's what the Gran Coupe is all about, isn't it? Let's see what it's like. Right, that's interesting. Oh, yep. Who designed that? I mean, it looks cool having this centre console separating you from your fellow rear passenger, but look at this. There is a third seat belt, which means the plan is that someone might occasionally sit here. So I'm going to give it a go. Yes, this is comfy on my legs, and this seat's really hard as well. I think only at a real push would you ever carry 3 in the back of this car. Now for 2 in the back, it's way better than the 8 Series Coupe, which is awful in the back actually. This is fine. The seat's actually nicely sculptured to my bottom. And headroom, I've just about got enough. People over 6 foot may find themselves rubbing their head against the headlining. Knee room, can't complain at that, that's fine. There's enough space for your legs, that's good. Is it as roomy as a Porsche Panamera in the back? No, I don't think it is. And if you want to see my full in-depth video review of that car, click on the pop-out banner up there to go watch the video. There are still some useful features here in the back. So look, you've got through loading if you need to carry longer items such as skis and 2 people in the back at the same time. You also have the armrest, which is comfy because the cup holders are hidden away, look. Nice one, BMW. And underneath here, there's a storage area for something that's not very big. There's climate control here for the rear passengers, so you can choose your ideal temperature separately, and there's heated seats, well, for the outer seats at least. Then you've got 2 USB ports there for charging mobile devices, and they're USB-C because this is a modern car. Speaking of modern, I love the modern design of the integrated headrest in the back seats. Really cool. I also like this, the covers for the ISOFIX anchor points. They make getting to the actual anchor points very easy to get to. In fact, fitting a child seat in the back is quite simple. There's plenty of room, so you don't have to move the front chairs forward at all to fit in even bulky seats. The only minor issue is that you do have to stoop down to get the seat in underneath this lower roof line here. But enough of that, let's move into the front. Unsurprisingly, this car looks very, very similar to the 8 Series Coupe here in the front, which is a good thing. It's a really, really nice design and it feels super luxurious. This being the M8 has some interior upgrades, so you get the full extended leather as standard. You also get these wonderful M Sport seats, which are better than the normal sport seats you get in the 8 Series Gran Coupe. But check this out, look. Looks like you've got integrated headrests, but I can actually raise them up. Yeah, that's as good, yeah. And these M8 badges, they illuminate as well. You've also got an M gear selector there, red starter button. You've got special M buttons on the steering wheel, some M badging. You've got M kit plates. My personal favourite, the M striped safety belts. Love that. And of course an M steering wheel with M badging and more stitching going on there as well. It's really, really nice in here. You get the standard infotainment system, though this one has the upgraded setup with the professional, so you've got absolutely all the bells and whistles on it. It's pretty easy to use, so you can cycle through the different menus like that, and you can control it, oops, in so many different ways. So I can turn down the volume using gesture controls, I can press at the screen, I can twiddle this dial here, and of course you've got voice activation by going, "Hey BMW."
Hello, please try once again.
And it's that good. Cancel.
Please try again.
Cancel.
Cheers.
Right. I'm not going to use that, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to use that, because now you get BMW's iDrive system with, look there, the logo, Android Auto. And you know what? They may be late to the Android party, but they have hit it big because it's wireless. I've never had Android Auto connect wirelessly. That is utterly awesome. Look, so I'm just going to use my Google Maps. I'm going to use my Android system. I'm going to use Google to do the voice command. So, hey Google, which is best, BMW or Mercedes?
On the website rattlab.ca, they say, in terms of interiors, for smaller models, Mercedes has superior interiors,
They're wrong.
whereas, for larger cars, BMW wins over.
That's true.
Performance-wise, a BMW may be better than a Mercedes, and opinions could differ as per the model you drive. For road safety, most
Google.
consumers rely on a
Google.
BMW when they have an option.
Google, shut up. Right. Okay, I think BMW's interiors are better than Mercedes in terms of quality overall, regardless of the model you're going for. In terms of design, I think the Mercedes just look a little bit cooler. So it depends what you want, quality or looks. Anyway, enough about that. Infotainment system's really, really good. Not quite as good as Mercedes system though, apart from that Android Auto upgrade. Then we come on to the digital dials, which they're all a bit dark and dingy, and they don't actually show that much information. In fact, I think the digital dials you get on an Audi RS7 are way better. And if you click on the pop-out banner up there, you can watch my full in-depth video review of that car. Now let's move on to the interior practicality here in the front of the 8 Series Gran Coupe. I like the fact you've got an electrically controlled steering column, and the driving position is really good. There's plenty of adjustment in it. As for cubby spaces, well, the glove box is only moderate in size, but it is lined with expensive feeling felt, so that makes up for it. Sure. Under here there is plenty of room for your selection of COVID masks, and you've got a 12-volt socket and a USB-C input. You've got some cup holders here. There's another USB there, the old-fashioned type, and another 12-volt socket, plus a wireless charging pad for your mobile phone. And then we have the door bins, which can't fit the larger bottles, no, but will fit the smaller bottles. Yes. Let's move on to practicality in the boot. That's what it's like. The luggage capacity on this car is 440 litres, which is about 10% less than you get with a Porsche Panamera, Mercedes CLS. It's about 20% less than you get from an Audi A7. Also, there's a bit of a lip there to lift stuff over. Oh, my poor weak arms. It's going to do my back in as well. In fact, you can only fit 6 of these airplane-style carry-on cases in this 8 Series Gran Coupe, whereas you can fit 8 of them in an Audi A7's boot. As for features, it's a bit devoid of features. There's a netty area here, tie-down point there, and you can fold down the rear seats, release them by pulling these handles, but then you have to lean in and push, lean and push. And really, if you want to carry big items, they ain't never going to fit in, because look, the opening isn't very wide, and you can slide things to the front, but they can't be very deep because they just won't go through that gap. Yeah, an Audi A7 with its hatchback tailgate is definitely more practical for carrying stuff than this car. And that brings me on to 5 annoying things about the BMW 8 Series Gran Coupe. You can get a special digital key which allows you to unlock the car using your mobile phone. Unfortunately, it only works with Android phones, not Apple ones, so ha! If you've got an Apple phone, loser! This release catch up here not only looks cheap and a bit out of place in a car as expensive as this, when you fold this section down, it presses against the soft merino leather and leaves an indentation. This car is brand new, and look, you can already see it forming there. That would really annoy me if it was my car. The vanity mirror you have on this car is just so small that you can't really be vain in it. You can pay extra for some optional rear blinds for that full limousine effect, only this one doesn't seem to cover that part of the window. So they just couldn't be asked to finish it properly. The wireless charging pad for mobile phones isn't quite big enough for the very latest super phones like this Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, because look, when I put it in there with the protective case on it, it doesn't fit, and then you don't get the charging. So you have to take it out of its case like that, but next thing you know, you're going to go, whoops, and drop it and smash everything. Even then, it's a tight squeeze.
Thankfully, this car has plenty of cool features to help make up for all this. Here's 5.
You get the 8 Series Gran Coupe with rear wheel steering, so that turns the rear wheels in the opposite direction to the front wheels at low speeds to help aid low speed manoeuvrability. Then when you're going quicker, they actually turn in the same direction as the front wheels to aid high speed stability. However, that system isn't available on the range topping M8 for some reason. If you have the surround view camera system, which is pretty awesome because it lets you look all the way around the car, makes it dead easy to park, you also get a dash cam. So it actually uses all these cameras fitted to the car to record the data. So let's say someone suddenly hits you from this side, the camera that's looking that way will pick up what happened, and it will store that information so you can then download it and use it so that you can go to court and sue the bugger that damaged your lovely BMW 8 Series. BMWs used to have little shark fin aerials, but this 8 Series Gran Coupe doesn't have one. That's because the antenna for the infotainment system is embedded in the rear window and the boot lid. Gives it all nice and stylish. Check this out. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I've got the £1,500 optional doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo laser lights. They can shine their beam up to 600 metres up the road. Sorry. This may have 4 doors, but here's proof that it's still a coupe. Look, you've got frameless windows, and at the back, look, all frameless. Oh yeah, that's just so coupe-like. It's all frameless. Right, let's talk about the engines. So the range kicks off with the 840i, which has a 3-litre straight 6 turbo petrol with 340 horsepower. Then there's the 840d with a 3-litre straight 6 turbo diesel with 320 horsepower. Then there's the M850i with a 4.4 litre twin turbo V8 with 530 horsepower. Then this M8 Competition, which also has a 4.4 litre twin turbo V8 but with 625 horsepower. It's supposed to do 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, but I'm going to time it for myself using my specialist timing gear here. Let's go for it. Launch control active. Oh, this shot off the line. Oh, so fast. 0 to 60, 3 seconds dead. Let's keep going for the standing quarter. What's it going to do? Standing quarter mile in 10.89 seconds. That is nuts. Awesome performance that you're never going to need on the road, but still awesome. Now, one of the things about the M8 is that it has upgraded M adaptive sport suspension rather than just the normal adaptive suspension you get on the 8 Series Gran Coupe. It also has upgraded brakes, upgraded anti-roll bars, upgraded steering for a sportier feel, and a limited slip rear differential. It also has a special 4-wheel drive system which you can put into 2-wheel drive mode, and I can do it because I've pre-configured it by just pressing these buttons here. So if I double press that M2 one, it's put me into 2-wheel drive mode. So now I can basically drive this car like a bit of a hooligan. Oh yes, it's always good fun. It's what BMWs are for, big smoky ones. What a laugh that is! All that dicking around is fine when you're on an open runway, but what about the realities of driving a car like this? Heading into town now, and one thing you are aware of is that this is the widest car that BMW currently makes. It's wider than an X7, an X5, any of the SUVs. It does make you kind of grimace sometimes when you go through little gaps in traffic. Also, the all-round visibility isn't great. So the out the back window, crap, really. and you can't really tell where the front wheels are, so you're constantly like going around corners like just hoping not to gouge your alloys. And then when it comes to parking, so look, I've got a parking space there. Oh, I thought that BMW driver was going to go. Are they no, okay, no. So I'm going to go round them, but here comes a bus, so he's going. Can I fit in his gap? So Ford Cougar, not really the biggest car in the world, but not the smallest either. Fortunately, I've got all the sensors and systems, and I could use the auto park feature if I so desired, but I'm going to try and do it myself. Hello. We've got a fan here. Hello.
I won't touch you. I like what you do though.
You won't touch me? I should think so. I should think not. Which car are you in? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to film some parking. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. I'm causing chaos. Now I'm going to try and fit into a Fiat Abarth space. Not the Ford Cougar. This is the guy who's the fan. Cheers. Thank you very much. Right. Oh, can't reverse now because I'll reverse over a Labrador. There's plenty of space now though. They kind of like ruined the whole test because everyone's now going. I think I'm just going to try and slot in using the surround view cameras here. The Cougar is backing off, obviously fearful. These guidelines are absolutely blooming brilliant. They really do let you just position the car exactly where you want it. And BMW's camera system, it's going to pop up now to show me exactly from above how close I am to the Cougar. And I smashed that! I smashed that! It's easier to park than you imagine because of all the brilliant systems you've got on the car. Now I can see the Cougar just trying to get past me there. It looks like he's having a bit of trouble. Yeah, annoying person from Carwow causing chaos. Let's get out of here. It is doable, but you have to find a space big enough, and you might end up holding up other traffic while you're busy trying to look for a space. Oh, this is where it gets sketchy. Yeah. Especially with people with much cheaper cars. They care less about damaging them. One thing I'm noticing about this as I'm going over bumps in the road and manhole covers and stuff is that the suspension just feels a little bit sharp edged. It's the M car that's the problem. It's got stiffer subframes and stiffer suspension, and you just feel the bumps, and they send shocks through your bottom. It's one of the sacrifices you make if you're going for the M version, I'm telling you. All versions do get adaptive dampers, but here on the M8 version, just a little bit too firm. Oh, I feel every little bump. I'm out on a twisty road now, so I'm going to press the M1 button to put the car into the setting I like best for quick road driving. Suspension's still in comfort because it just needs to be, but brakes in sports mode, throttle definitely in sports mode, and exhaust in sports mode. And I will change gears myself. My God, the way this thing picks up. It's more performance than you ever need on the public road. The gearbox is good, changes pretty quickly. Despite not being a dual clutch, it's a torque converter auto, but it's a good torque converter auto. Smooth when you need it to be, and fast and fun when you're in the mood. Do you know what, I'm going to try and put it into the sporty suspension setting. Chassis, Sport Plus. Now what's it like? Oh my gosh, it's very jiggly now. I won't want to go too fast actually, because I can feel like the car's just skipping over the surface of the road. Oh, no, that's not for me. Even when I want to do some fun driving, I'm going to keep this one in comfort. The M suspension is just a little bit too firm for the UK, I think. Obviously, a car like this, a Grandma Tourer, is designed for just coasting up the motorway. I'm actually going to use the adaptive cruise control system. It's an option, it's about 1,500 quid extra. It really should be included in the price on a car this expensive. But it is a very good system. It's aware of all the other vehicles around me, and it'll keep me a safe distance from the car in front. I can set the speed at 70 because that's what it is here, and it'll do the steering for me. Though if you take your hands off the wheel, it will start to flash and disengage. But you just sit here, gently touching it, and it does most of the work, keeping you in lane and safe. Now, if you want to overtake, you just indicate, it'll pop you out in the lane, and then you can go overtake. And actually, on the motorway, this car is really nice. It's quiet, it's comfy, it's relaxing. And if you're careful, you can get decent economy out of it, even this high-performance M8 version. I managed on a run to get 28 miles per gallon out of it, though my other average, when I was having some fun in the car as well, dropped to 20 miles per gallon. But still, it's not bad considering the performance of this thing. So then, what's my final verdict on the BMW 8 Series Gran Coupe? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it? Should you shortlist it? Or should you just go right ahead and buy it? Well, in the case of the M8, I'd say avoid it. Simple reason, the M850i actually suits this type of car better, and it's pretty much as fast, it's more comfortable to travel in, plus it's usefully less expensive. And then I'd say, with the M850i, shortlist it. It's a really nice all-round Grand Tourer. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this channel for more videos, and if you click on the deals box to the right, you can see how much you can save on a new car at CarWow, or click on the video windows below to watch another of my videos.